All right, folks, good evening. Thanks for coming by to this stream of the Legend of Zelda and how it uses a sense of the past to connect its players, its audience with the world that is Hyrule and just the general story, the environment, all that sort of stuff. This is a kind of a first attempt at such an endeavor. Let me get myself into focus here. At least try to. Manual focus is not always the easiest. All right, there we go. Good enough. What we're gonna do is, of course, I'm going to play Zelda, and I'm gonna die more than I would care to admit. I played through this a couple weeks ago just to kind of get myself reminded of where things are and sequence and that sort of thing. And I died a lot more than I remember dying as a kid, which was a little embarrassing. So to set this up, before we jump into the game, one thing that I want to do is talk about the game kind of generally speaking, what situate it in its time and place in the real world, and then talk a little bit about my own experiences playing this game and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and switch on over to bring up the title screen. And we'll dive back into this in just a little bit. But if you don't know, The Legend of Zelda came out in 1986. It was a surprise success. Nintendo, the publisher and maker of the console, had a bunch of geniuses, quite frankly, video game royalty, working on games. Shigeru Miyamoto, of course, Gunpei Yokoi, and a few others. And Mario certainly hit the mark with a lot of folks. It was really exciting for a lot of people to be able to play that sort of game at home. So there's that sort of connection to it. I was alive in 1986, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm old. And the most I remember about this game in 1986 is there was a commercial for it, and that commercial had a swear word in it, at least according to my parents, and they were very upset about such things, which is really kind of funny. I did not play this game first. I actually played Zelda 2 first, which I will play at some point. It is thought of as the black sheep of the Zelda series. Not a lot of people like it, but I have some fond memories of it. Well, thank you, Siri. I have some fond memories of it, and I actually did beat it back when I was a young man, because it was one of the only video games that I had, and I got good enough to be able to do it. In any case, as we go along, one of the things that I want to do in this series is I want to do a little bit of work to kind of show the non-historian audience how history is done. That's what I do in the American history classes and world history classes that I teach. And I want to bring some of that into this as well. So as we're going along, we're going to be referencing this august tomb, which trying to get centered here. This is The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. It gives us a lot of information that we may not know. This is what we would consider in the biz a secondary source. It gives us some more context to what we're dealing with, in terms of the game, the story, since we know that it is a part of the series, where that series sits in. And we'll also be looking at the Legend of Zelda encyclopedia, which I happen to have behind me as well. So that's the general kind of scope of what this idea that I have in the back of my head is going to be like. Really, I just want an opportunity to play games, and I think streaming this way makes it feel more productive than just playing a video game on my comfy couch in the living room or in the recliner next to me. This seems to have a kind of an academic purpose, if you will. So let's go ahead and jump right back to the game, and let's start with what this game tells us about the story. Long ago, Ganon, Prince of Darkness, stole the Triforce of Power. Princess Zelda of Hyrule broke the Triforce of Wisdom into 8 pieces, hid them from Ganon before she was kidnapped by Ganon's minions. Link, you have to save Zelda. That's all the story we get. Now, when we played video games in the 80s and early 90s, there was something that came with the box, or with the game, that helped us understand things a little bit, to help immerse us in these worlds that were unfamiliar to us. We don't have a lot to go on here, and that is the instruction manual. So let me bring that up real quick, and let's see if there's an image of it. And the image is going, the instruction manual is going to be able to help us understand this just a little bit more. So let me go ahead and switch to my desktop. That's the wrong thing. So let me fix that real quick. People are bidding on things that I am selling on eBay, which is exciting. All right, so here's what the instruction manual looked like. It's quite the august thing. What it'll tell us, or what it shows us, besides the Nintendo seal of approval and the contents, is we get a little bit more of the story. So let's take a look at this. In the midst of something, is a little kingdom in the land of Hyrule. A legend was being handed down from generation to generation. The legend of the Triforce, golden triangles possessing mystical powers. One day, an evil army attacked this little kingdom and stole the Triforce of Power. This army was led by Ganon, the powerful Prince of Darkness, who sought to plunge the world into fear and darkness under his rule. Lots of darkness here. Fearing his wicked rule, Zelda, princess of this kingdom, split up the Triforce of Wisdom into 8 fragments and hid them throughout the realm to save the last remaining Triforce from the clutches of the evil Ganon. At the same time, she commanded her most trustworthy nursemaid, Impa, to secretly escape into the land and find a man with enough courage to destroy the evil Ganon. Upon hearing this, Ganon grew angry, imprisoned the princess, and sent out a party in search of this Impa. Braving forests and mountains, Impa fled for her life from her pursuers. As she reached the very limit of her energy, she found herself surrounded by Ganon's evil henchmen. Cornered, what could she do but wait? All was not lost. A young lad appeared. He skillfully drove off Ganon's henchmen and saved Impa from a fate worse than death. His name was Link. During his travels, he had come across Impa and Ganon's henchmen. Impa told Link the whole story of the Princess Zelda and the evil Ganon. Burning with a sense of justice, Link resolved to save Zelda, but Ganon was a powerful opponent. He held the Triforce of Power. And so, in order to fight off Ganon, Link had to bring the scattered 8 fragments of the Triforce of Wisdom together to rebuild the mystical triangle. If he couldn't do this, there would be no chance Link could fight his way into Death Mountain where Ganon lived. Can Link save the Princess Zelda? Only your skill can answer that question. So we get a sense, and we could continue through this whole instruction manual through a little bit more of the story. But what we had to do as video game players in the mid to late 80s and early 90s is we had to, if we wanted to know what the heck was going on, we really had to work to figure it out. It's even worse than like a FromSoft game, right? Where like if you've played Dark Souls or if you've played Sekiro or Bloodborne, and if you will play Elden Ring when it comes out, super hyped about that. You know that the story is kind of told in fits and starts and that sort of thing. But it's all, you can figure out a lot within the game itself. With a game like The Legend of Zelda and some of the older Super Nintendo games as well, you really had, if you wanted to find out how to navigate this world and try to make meaning out of the game that you were playing, you really had to go look elsewhere. And usually you could find it in the instruction manual, or it was word of mouth, because in 1986, the internet, as we understand the internet, did not really exist. There were some folks who could dial into computers remotely, but you know, we couldn't just go on Reddit and find out like, well, what's really going on here? What are the fan theories? That sort of stuff. So thankfully, we have stuff like these instruction manuals to really give us a sense of what's going on. And in fact, there's a lot of stuff that this contains that you just wouldn't find in a normal manual or in a normal video game package today. Like, you're being told enemy names, enemy behaviors, all that sort of stuff. So you can really find yourself immersed in this world. Now, I'm going to make the argument that this is a historical skill set, that this is something that historians do in their everyday practice. So when we, as historians, do this sort of thing, oh, I'm sorry about that. One of the things that we do is we look back into the past and we try to ask some questions about what things mean. And we've got to figure out the context of those things. So we tend to not immediately jump into the primary sources, but we try to figure out some basic information that we can get from places like encyclopedias, just, you know, kind of as we've read textbooks or teaching out of textbooks, we know that there's something that interests us. And at the advanced level, we probably start reading a lot of other historians who have written about the same topic or around the same topic, just to get a sense of the lay of the land. And that's really what we're doing with this first 20 or so minutes of the stream before I even press start on the game itself. We're preparing ourselves to go ahead and dive in and really understand this world. So now we know at the very least what the stakes are of this world. We know that there's this magical thing called the Triforce. Here it only talks about 2 Triforces. There's wisdom and courage, wisdom and power. It's revealed in other games that there is a third piece of the Triforce. or a third component of the Triforce, which is the Triforce of Courage. That's not introduced until Zelda 2, but we learn about it. Spoiler alert. And we know that there's a princess that needs saving. We know that there's Ganon, who's evil, who wants to control everything. It's a pretty basic, bare bones story. But what it does by doing this kind of prep going in, what we've been able to do is make some meaning out of what, if you just pressed start, you wouldn't necessarily have. And it's a great game. It's fun. It's, especially for 1986, it's revolutionary, but human beings always want some sort of meaning. And at least for me, one of the ways that I am especially connected to video games is through the story that the game is telling. I think that playing a video game is a lot like reading a book. It's just a different way of getting that information into your head. And it's more interactive. And as somebody who has ADHD and struggles with that a little bit, having this kind of active, hands-on sort of thing really kind of, it lets me slow down a little bit, relax and cope with life. Essentially, that's got a little bit too deep. In any case, the last thing that I'll mention before I actually press start on this game is that, if you don't know this, prepare to have your head explode. The Legend of Zelda series is fascinating in terms of its history because it exists as multiple timelines. And we can get into that at some point down the road. But this game, set on that long timeline, is towards the very end of one particular branch of the timeline. And Zelda 2 is the conclusion thus far of that timeline. And it all it revolves a lot around the game Ocarina of Time and the consequences of Link's actions in Ocarina of Time, which will be really fun to explore. And look how historians use things like counterfactuals to test their arguments and stuff like that. Though it's not necessarily the best way of doing things, but it is a fun exercise at the very, very least. So, without further ado, let's get this game started. Dead when I picked it up. So here we go. Go ahead and start this off. All right. I'm going to register a name, and instead of giving him a name that's puerile and out of my 12-year-old brain, we'll just name him Link. I think the last one that I used was like fart or something like that, because I am 12. Oh, right. Actually, I have to fill it up. Oh, I can't use Link. Oh my God. I can't use Link because if I do, then we'll go into the second quest and I don't know it. So let's just call him Hero, and that's really generic, but here we go. All right, so here we are in the land of Hyrule. It looks like a bunch of green pixels because it is. Here is our hero Link, and according to the story, he had just encountered Impa, who was lying kind of dead in the road or whatever. And now he has started his quest. So we go in here, we get the very famous screen that's on a million t-shirts. It's dangerous to go alone, take this. And we get the first sword in the Zelda series. There's nothing very special about this sword, it's just a wooden sword. The item description isn't even that helpful for us, but we have it. And now, at the very least, we can use some stats. Important, because in the next screen, we have Octoroks. Or these aren't Octoroks, these are something else. So let's take care of them. We're going to want bombs at some point, because there's a little secret room right there. If you didn't know. Here we go. More enemies. I'm going to have to shoot them. What's really interesting is with this game and with Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, any sword, as long as you have full health, shoots this little projectile. In the third game in the series, chronologically, like in real world time, speaking like that, the only time that the sword turns a projectile is the Master Sword. And again, you have to be at full health. Here we have a shop. There's really nothing that we can buy so far because we have a single rupee. So we need to make our way to the first dungeon. Very, very famous place. And I could have gone a different way. I have chosen to go this way. We have a little Zora out there. While we are walking our way to the first dungeon, we want to keep in the back of our head that we need to make some money. We need 255 rupees so that we can buy the blue ring, and that helps us out in terms of damage. Oh my god, that thing's on a freaking laser. Oh, dude. Cool, bros. I am terrible at this game. It's really kind of fun, I guess, to play this game after playing more modern video games for a good amount of time. What I'm thinking here is that modern video games allow you to move in 8 or more directions, whereas The Legend of Zelda, you can move in just 4 directions, up, down, left, and right, that's it. So you can't like really dodge things artfully, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Here we have some Stalfos and first key, and they're very kind, dropping rupees, which I like. Because again, we need 255. Why 255? Well, that's the maximum number of rupees that you can hold, and that is an arbitrary number that Nintendo just decided to choose for itself. That's actually part of the limitations of the game cartridge and the hardware. You couldn't go above 255. Yeah, let me turn that down just a little bit. I didn't realize it was so freaking loud. Alright, so it's a little quieter, at least I hope. Cool. Now you might be able to hear me a little bit more. Alrighty, so now armed with 2 keys and only a half heart's worth of damage, we press on. Some more Stalfos. Oof. Done. Come up here and more Stalfos. Man, this game is being kind to me right now with all these stopwatches. So in terms of our story, what we need to keep in the back of our mind is every time we come into one of these dungeons, what we're doing is we are looking for a piece of that fragmented Triforce of Wisdom. And our hope is that we can put it back together, and when we do, we'll be able to confront Ganon on even footing. Thank you, old guy. The eastmost peninsula is the secret. I forget what specific secret he's talking about here. Also, if you hit this guy with your sword, he will attack you back. Zelda's got a good history of putting that into the game. Though usually it comes in the form of chickens in later games. There's our map. Very helpful document. Historians love maps. They help us so much. So, if you look at, again, the instruction manuals or, you know, some other information about the game, you'll know that these dungeons all have names besides like level 1, level 2, based on the map. And I believe this one's the Eagle, I want to say. Kind of looks like it's the case. Oh, here's some homies that we got to worry about. These are the Boomerang Bros. They have another name, and I'm not going to look at the manual to get that name right now, but these are the guys that throw boomerangs, and you can see that that is exactly what happened there. We have a boomerang. Awesome. This weapon allows us to stun enemies, to collect faraway items. It is by far the most useful of the items that you can collect in this game. I suppose the bow is also super useful. Here's the boss. He's kind of a dragon-looking guy. He has a name too. I forget what that name is. It's a very simple attack pattern. And if you're wondering why isn't Josh getting the item in here, it's because I forgot. But that was a nice, quick, easy defeat of the dragon boss, who has a name that I can't remember. And while we're thinking about it, what we need to do is go back just a little ways and go up towards the top. That's where we're going to find a very important item. Stalfos still, let's go ahead and give them a ride back to wherever they're going. Go through here, and we have more Boomerang Bros. Ganon's minions. Now, one of the things that I guess we have to keep in mind is, like, why are all of these enemies in these dungeons? Well, remember, what we learned from the instruction manual was that Ganon sent his minions out to also find the Triforce of Wisdom fragments. So they're looking for it too, and just kind of walking around in predetermined patterns that makes them fairly easy to kill. Thankfully for us, right? Otherwise, it gets a little bit dicey. Like in Breath of the Wild, where your weapons break. It's very difficult. Alright, so now we are officially done with this dungeon. We're gonna let that Stalfos be alone. He's fine where he is. Little blob dots, we'll ignore them. We gotta go claim our ultimate prize. We haven't done that yet. Ignore those dudes. Watch out for the wall masters that suck us into the wall and take us back to the beginning of the level. Don't want to deal with them. Boss is dead, and now we go into the real treasure chamber. Our first piece of the Triforce of Wisdom. Do you feel smarter? I feel smarter, I guess, thanks to this wonderful Triforce of Wisdom. It's fairly cool, I guess. There we go. Pause him, and he drops a 5-er. That is fantastic. It's good stuff. All right, so moving on. Oh, that Zora going to make me so sad. I just want to deal with this nonsense. Okay, so now we need to go find the second dungeon. Along the way, there's a couple things that we can do to kind of put us in a good position, but we need to work our way that way so we can make some progress in the game. Wow, that thing took forever to load. The blue spiders are always a good kill because usually they drop 5 rupee items. Got a shop in here, I think. Yep. I don't want to spend the money because we need to work up to that 255. But we're gonna get the bombs because the bombs are super useful. Here are some moblins. These little baddies. And thankfully, my shield takes care of their arrows. Wow. Alright. Oh, I'm so sorry for the beeping. Went the wrong way. There is something right there. I'm really glad I got out of that. Alright, this looks... Oh, no, that's not quite where I want to be. Oh, I always forget. Oh, no. Ugh! Nope, we're right where I want to be. Welcome to level 2. And there's our first death, ladies and gentlemen. This game is punishing at times. We won't call it the original Dark Souls, but, you know, it wasn't easy. Here's something that you will find hilarious. So, when I was in, like, the 6th... Where was that just a minute ago? Anyway, when I was in the 6th, maybe 7th grade, I did not have this game, but my friend Evan did. And so one day after middle school, went over to Evan's house and played Zelda. And because it was like the early 90s, this is where it's funny, we listened to nothing but C&C Music Factory's, I think the song is called Sweat, but everybody knows it as Everybody Dance Now, on repeat the entire time we played. And I feel really, really bad about it right now, because that had to be super annoying for anyone else who was in the house. These white dudes, the white kids playing super loud club dance music. Ugh, bad stuff. Anyway, level 2. Here we go. Let's see. Go to right here. Get us started. What do we got? We got some snakies. I really should do no. Alright. Got our first key. Snaky bro. Alright. Cool. Go here. There's a key. Always need keys. Alright. Also, I'm killing all of the enemies I can to get as many as I can. Again, want that blue ring, and it takes a long time to get it. Let's go ahead and use one of our keys. Let's go grab the compass. That'll tell us where the boss is. Here we go. And, oh. There's some health. We didn't get the boomerang before, we could have gotten it here. Let's go ahead and use this key. What do we got? There's our map. That'll help. Wow. And for what? They didn't even give me a bunch of jerks. Alright, up we go. Oof. At least we're getting good rupee. Oh man, that's a problem. Why is that a problem? Because the next room is not an easy one. And there's death number 2. That is what I was worried about in that room. Those boomerang bros are the strong type. Oh man. And B, you have the statues spitting all kinds of stuff at you. It's one of the hardest rooms in the game, I think. It's yeah. This early, you don't have a whole lot of protection. You don't have a very strong sword. Just you gotta really get good here. Oh man. See what I mean? I'm just dying left and right. How embarrassing. Oh well. I'm not a professional gamer, so I guess there's that, right? Like if I was a speedrunner or something like that and I was dying in that room all the time, that would be embarrassing. Really embarrassing. But that is not the life I lead. Alright, so... Oh! Boomerang bros, chill out. At the very least, this is also substituting as the grinding that we would have to do to get enough rupees to buy that blue ring to protect us from stuff like this. Oh, bro! Not good. Not good. One more. Yeah. Sad face. The last time I played this game a couple weeks ago, I got stuck on this room too. So we'll try a couple more times. Actually, we'll try until we get it right. Because if we can't get this right, then we can't make progress, and you gotta be able to make some progress in this game. What a brutal room so early. Oh my gosh, Boomerang Bro. Oh, that was nice. Here we go. Oh, Snaky Bros. I'll take that. Thanks. Not where I wanted to go. We're going back into the battlefield. Oh, man. So hard to escape. Seriously, bro? Oh my god. Just dying. Dying inside. And in this game. It's not great. Sad face. Even my German Shepherd behind me is crying and is like, Dad, why do you suck at this game so much? It's embarrassing for me, a German Shepherd, who's good at everything he does. Well, sorry, Mateo. I am not a German Shepherd with that kind of skill. Alright, get these snaky bros done. Get any more health, at the very least some rupees. No more health. Okay, here we go, back into the war zone again. Good times. Oh, wow. Immediately hit and immediately dead. I was worried about this. As soon as I entered into this room, I was like, oh right, this is where the bad things happen. Don't have a lot of health. Dang it, guys. Don't have a very powerful weapon. We can't even get the new sword until a little bit later. I think we have to finish at least this dungeon. Maybe level 3. No, you can't shoot that far. Come on, you're the simple ones. I don't even know why I was fighting this guy. Warm up, I guess? Bro! Alright, let's jump in here. See if we can make it happen. Oh, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. I was pressing down, but the controller registered me pressing right. So even with a freaking fairy, die again. Frustrating. Just frustrating. If you're wondering why I'm being so persistent about that room, it's because that's the room when you kill those 3 guys, that's when you get the magical boomerang, which is the upgraded boomerang, which you definitely want to have. Alright, one thing we're gonna have some fun with explosives. There we go. I just had to blow them up. There's a strat for you, just blow those guys up. Alright, now that that's done, we have our magical boomerang, which is magical. We're not going to worry about that thing, at least not right this second. That's good. It's not fair that they can move in 8 different directions. I can only move in 4. Bunch of jerks. A secret passage. Zelda's very, very famous for such things. And we get a 5er. Not bad. Not bad. There we go. Go into this room. Got some snake bros. They got rupees for us. Yes, they do. Oh my god. More of these guys. And they actually have magical boomerangs. Unlike the blue dudes that we saw before, They have their own magical strength. What special dudes? That's the boss. We need to find the treasure first. There. We have an old man in here. He's going to tell us how we beat the boss. And I don't think there's one there. Continue to work our way down. Oh! Landed in hell. That's not acceptable. Now we're gonna have to kill all these snake bros. Oh my god. Bro. Alright, that's okay. No, it's not here. Snake bros. It's got one snake bro? Okay. Sorry, I'm mumbling. Talking to myself. A very special conversation. At least we're getting more rupees. Yes, give me those 5 rupees all day long. Love them. Sippy, what are you doing? My dog is like... I have 4 dogs, if you don't know. Oh, hi, Sue! Hi, Sippy Sue! Hello. She's gotta get... Hi, Sippy Sue! What you doing? What are you doing? Being a good girl? Oh. Where'd we end up? Oh, Mateo! It's power nudging me. Got some Friday night pizza. And I think they can smell it in the over in the kitchen area. So when my wife Melissa gets home, she can eat it. She's being good right now. She went to go work out. I stayed home and I'm eating pizza and playing video games. Someone's smarter than the other person, and it is not me. Hell is to our right. Hell being very, very loose description here. Alright. That's what these guys. Probably just gives us the compass. No, we got the compass. Got a key. There it is. Go. Now I wonder. Nope, can't get up there. Just go beat the Dongo and see. Let's show Dodongo who's the boss. You've got to feed this Triceratops looking dude bombs, and then he blows up. That room with the 3 blue boomerang bros is harder than the boss of that level. I'm telling you. It's just brutal. Now, I'm still a little bit confused about where the item is. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Let me make sure. But that level is called the Moon, by the way. Map, there's a compass, keys. No, I'm just imagining that there's another item in that place. There is not. So that's good news. That means we can go on. I mean, we got our magical boomerang, which, oh my god, which I need to switch to before I start using more and more bombs. There's the exit. And let's move on. So right now, in terms of our connection to the past or our history component of this, we're still kind of just doing this kind of fetch quest where we are looking for the pieces of the Triforce of Wisdom. But one thing that we can take note of, at least, is, you know, if we were trying to piece together a history of the Kingdom of Hyrule, we would have to note some of the geographic features. And so we've seen a couple of places, you know, different climates, as it were, to keep track of. Like we're in a forest over here, and a pretty green one at that. Or if you want to get all fancy schmancy, it's a very verdant forest. It's very lush and green, and that's great. A little easier to tell in some of the future games that are more explicit with their environments. Link to the Past does this really, really well, and the art style of Link to the Past is just so timeless. Go, give me the money. That's right. We've seen kind of this rocky area, like the green rocks. So, you know, I imagine that as like the Colorado, like if you go to Denver, Colorado, you'll see the foothills, and the foothills in the spring and summer, the spring and the early summer months, and early fall, as long as there's been a good amount of rain, they're covered in green too. In El Paso right now, where I'm at, our Franklin Mountains are actually covered in green, thanks to all of the rains that we've been having lately. I tell you, this is the rainiest summer that I have ever experienced in El Paso. Usually it's just hot, but it kind of reminds me right now of Colorado when I was a kid, when we would have 90-degree summer days for sure, but we were almost guaranteed to have a thunderstorm in the afternoon. They came like clockwork. Going nowhere near level 3. Anyway, this will tell us, or what this shows us about Hyrule is that there's a good ocean here. There are mountains right next to the ocean. Well, pretty simple observations, but again, if we're writing a history of Hyrule, a history of the Zelda timeline, you know, having a good sense of geographic space and climate is a necessary one. And more than just a bunch of pixels and sprites that are telling us, you know, to kind of give us variety as a player, it's also trying to give us a sense of distance. You know, one of the things that an 8-bit console cannot do, you know, if we're thinking of this as like an open world game, is it can't really give us a sense of how big Hyrule is based on the size of the map alone. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, if we look at the, if we were able to see the entire map here, it's not very big, and that's part of the reason why you can play through this game fairly quickly. But the developers, Nintendo here, wanted, I think, with this level design to really give us a sense of how big this world could be. And having these different shifts and textures and climates and that sort of stuff, that's really, really cool from our perspective. And again, if we're trying to write a history of the world that we're exploring, that would have to figure in to the equation here in some way. Let's go in here. Hopefully, I don't know what happened there. Oh, we have a money gremlin, moblin dude. He's giving us 30 bucks. That's a nice gremlin. We're under 100 rupees to our goal, which is great. Means we can get that blue ring and be we can be a little more resilient in terms of the damage we take. And if you're wondering why I didn't buy the blue candle there, it's because we don't need it just yet. I would rather focus on getting the blue ring than literally anything else. Because the blue ring is going to do more good for us in the short term and, quite frankly, the long term. All right, so here we are. Now we're into a different kind of forest. This is more of an autumnal sort of forest. But again, it's giving us the sense that this is a big, interconnected world. Also, there's a fairy up here. Thank goodness. If we want to find level 3, we go down. That's where we came into the forest. Down, over here. So I'm pretty sure that this is level. Nope. Not gonna kill that spider. Level 3. Alrighty. Good. Memory serves me well. Oh, this level, right? With the big old blobs. You know what's great about these big old blobs, though? They drop your items. Especially when you get a good sword. You can kill them in one blow. Man. Good stuff. Got anything for me? Boom. Oh. Forgot about those little dudes. I think the last time I came in here, I already had the blue ring. Sword, because I died so many times to those blue boomerang bros. So. Oh, the dreadnoughts. These guys are fun. They turn on a dime just whenever they feel like it. Ooh, he's gonna get me. Not this time, buddy. This is our first encounter with them. We get to meet blue versions of these guys in a little bit, and bombs are gonna come in handy too. These guys are not going to take a Herculean effort to beat, if only because there's not those magic bullets that are flying around. These guys are bilge. We're going to ignore them. Of course, I get hit anyway. This was trying to get you out of my way, bro. Alright, back in this room, we don't have a lot of health, so bomb them. Stab and run. Best way to handle these guys. Whoa! Where are you going, pal? Oh, dude. Dude! They turn on a dime. You don't know where they're going. Alright. Well... what are you gonna do? It's an old school Nintendo game. You're gonna die. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of people who can play this game without dying. I am very clearly not one of them. Oh, buddy! 4 hits to kill him? Okay. Good turn. Old school Nintendo hitboxes are a real joy too. Siri's making fun of me. She's like, "You suck at this game, dude. Maybe you should." You're fine too. Siri's thinking, maybe you should have picked an easier game to play for your first one. Like, maybe you should have started with A Link to the Past. Because that's a game that never die in. Oh, that's convenient. Alright. Oh, dude! Don't walk towards me. You know, one thing at least that I can say about Dark Souls is that there are predictable enemy patterns. Those guys have no predictable pattern. They just turn on a dime random. There's more of them right there. We're gonna go into another room now. Grab the compass, stab the bat, grab, touch and go. Jeez. Wow, that's a lot of dreads. Gonna die? Just die. I don't want to be a dreadnought. Nobody likes dreadnoughts. That's what I get for talking smack to the dreadnoughts. Jeez. Alrighty. Let's continue on. Ugh. Now I don't nearly as many bombs, which is great. Oh my god. This is the super dreadnought room, but we need to kill them. Needs to happen, because we need to get into that room below. It'd be nice if they were fine. Actually, oh my god. we might get a song from the dogs in just a second. We live by a fire station, and one of the fire trucks just rolled out. So if the dogs catch on to the siren, we're gonna get a song. There you go. Oh my god. Suck. I suck. You suck more. Oh. Jesus. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. We are in a tight spot here. So... well, I don't think that the sword dude will give us that sword until after we beat level 3. Dogs are about to be really excited for another reason. My wife just got home, and they are going to go absolutely nuts that she's here. Sippy, the dog who was giving me kisses just a couple of minutes ago, she is going to tell my wife exactly what she thinks about the wife leaving to go somewhere, and it will be loud. So we go into this room. One heart. At least they can't dash when they spot you, right? I guess that's a silver. Oh my god. Well, here we go. See, you can hear the absolute, just devastating argument that Sippy is making against human beings leaving the house. At least we got 3 hearts this time, so we can afford to be hit 3 times. That is it. Oh, wow. We just took 2. This run already over. Wow, he almost got me. What a jerk. On a dime, just turns a full 180. They're not even giving us rupees at this point. At least in level 2, dying would yield rupees. So frustrating. Alright, let's go this way. Up. Oh. Push. Dude. Did you get the sword from the old man? Maybe we can get it before this dungeon. Because this starter sword is just not great. And we're out of bombs. Nobody drops stuff in this dungeon. No, dude, we don't have the sword. Lucky. Yeah. Well, that's a great looking shape, isn't it? Alright. Let's go get the white sword and recollect some of our necessaries on the way. That's so obnoxious, man. Alright. So, now we get to go find our first Lionel, a wonderful enemy. Gotta travel pretty far and wide to get it. Oh. But at least we can collect some things along the way. Hopefully some more bombs for one. Refill our heart containers. Maybe get a couple of heart. I don't think we can get any at this point. Let's see. This way. Need to dodge these falling rocks and the Zora who's going there. One thing I guess that's interesting, you know, since we're just kind of walking across the map here, is that the Zora, at least in this game, are these river enemies. And that's also true in A Link to the Past. But starting in Ocarina of Time, the Zora become a real sentient race that has a profound effect on Hyrule, just generally speaking. Alright, stun him. He can't move. He's gonna fire stuff at us. Master using it, and you can have this. Awesome. Now we have a little bit more powerful weapon, which will make killing things not easier, but certainly faster. If we were gambling kinds of people, we could go to the right. Gamble our small fortune of rupees. Bro, give me that. Before another rock falls on my head. Alright. Oh, nope. No. I suppose if I had a candle, it would be something that I could burn. Get more rupees. Now I think what might really help us out with the white sword here is it might change how we approach those blob enemies that we have been encountering. This way. Oh, that Zora trying to snipe us the way across. Go back to the green lands. Some more of these guys. We can always go to the... I don't have a magic shield, that's why that's happening. Ugh. Black rocks. Not magic bullets. Alrighty, we still don't have any bombs. Really? And we had a full tank of health, but now we don't. Alright, let's see if this changes the way that we to approach the blob guys. Yes, and now they drop stuff. That is a huge difference maker. Because if they drop stuff, at the very least if we die to the dreadnoughts, or iron knuckles as their other names, we at least are gonna get at least a rupee or two on a particular run. So let's kill us a bat or two, so we take damage. Hearts. Oh my god, die. Let's see how this changes the game in death. Oh my god. On a dime. Hit bombs, that's great. Heart. No, 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 no. Oh, stay away. Yes. 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 There we go. Green and the... Oh, ha, what? Oh my god, there's so many. It's slowing the game down. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Out of the frying pan and into the fryer, and not a Franciscan. That's a niche joke for you. Ouch. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Bad iron knuckle dreadnought guys. It was bound to happen. Ugh! Alright, but hey, we're in business now that we have the white sword. That's fan-freaking-tastic. We actually have a sword that's made from steel instead of a wooden sword. Bro, Link, why are you showing up with a wooden sword to a magic fight? It doesn't make sense, dude. In all the other games, you do not start with a wooden sword. I'm trying to remember if that's actually true or not. Maybe Wind Waker? But I want to say you get the village sword rather quickly. And it's an... And it's an actual sword. Am I going to have to fill all of those rooms to open the door? Yes, I am. Okay. Well, let's do it then. Drop a bomb. Drop one more. One more. Now we've got a more reasonable number. Ooh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. No. Bad dreadnought. Dude. No. Thank you. Alright. Let's see what happens if we just try. Die. I want to say killing them yields an item. More bombs. We didn't really need. But we do definitely need that. That is a non-negotiable item. We have to have that item in order to go on to the next dungeon. So hooray for us. We do not have to do those rooms of death again. Thank goodness. that doesn't work very well now, does it? Alright. Iron Dreadnought. Iron Knuckle. Whatever they are. More blobs. Now I like to see the blobs, because usually they give good drops. They at least drop like rubies, at the very, very least. Sure, for sure, need that. Let's go up here to the top, just make sure. Oh, we went all the way up here, didn't we? We don't need to do it again. So let me kill this blob, see if it drops anything. Already over there. Go this way. Because that's where the boss is. And if I remember right, we're gonna face a Hydra. Which is super exciting. Hopefully we get some health along the way. Now it only takes 2 hits to kill these guys. Man, that is such a change. Oh, better be careful. I'm Captain America. Oh, what is going on? No. Well, you know, maybe they just did us a favor. Larg, larg. Or rupee. So maybe when we're done with this, hit that blue ring. Be on our way to total domination. I guess. Oh, great. Yes, give me that. Give me your blue rupees. I want your blue rupees. I need your blue rupees. Again, this is saving us some time, believe it or not, because we would have to grind this out. Alright. Whoa, Mr. Dreadnought. Why don't you calm down? Don't turn up dime. Go. And go. Alright. Better than nothing. Died 4. Bat. Chuck bubbles. Make it so you can't use your sword. I didn't need to use your swords. See? Alright, we have a boss. It's this asshole. Oh, we need bombs. Alright. Boom. I wasn't watching my health. Good times. Good times. Good times. People are probably like popping into the stream and being like, this dude absolutely sucks at this game that I care nothing about. But that's okay. I'm doing this for me. I'm not trying to eke out a career as a streamer. I'm not doing anything like that. I just want to play video games and talk to people. Seems like streaming is a good way for me to have some fun. And if I can work my love of history into there too, it's great. 4 rupees away, ladies and gentlemen. 3 rupees away. And then we can get that blue ring. Yes. Dreadnought room. Bam. Oh. Didn't want the double tap. God, on a dime. Dude, chill out. Alrighty, now let's do this. Oh. I thought there would be enemies in there. Alrighty. Bombs ready. Here's our friendly neighborhood. I forget what this boss is called. Ah, 1 hit. Nice. Nice. See, I can play this game. It's possible. Right, there we go. We have 3 pieces of the Triforce. This is wonderful. Well on our way. We're about to be able to change our clothes for something a little more armory. Over here. Go up here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's stop that nonsense right now. We're a few rupee short still. I mean, literally one more. And there we go. We are maxed out on rupees. Got the shop right in front of us. The blue ring. Oh, I guess it was only 250. That's fine. We have $5 left over. Wait, aren't we supposed to turn blue? Oh, it's the Nintendo system. So we have to leave. And then now we have an upgraded sword. We have upgraded armor. We don't have enough money for an upgraded shield just yet. That's okay. That's 160. Well, you can get it for 130 rupees. And, I mean, we're just in a much, much better place than we were in terms of being able to survive. All right, so we need to go up here. Dodge Zora bullet, and I believe this is level 4. Here we go. Just moving right on to the next one. Is this the one where we are introduced to the wonderful world of Wizrogues? That's very, very comforting. I have a lot of keys. Oh, man. They suck because once you hit them, they turn into red bats. So you're not going to get very many items. If you can get the whistle, the flute, maybe we should just call it an ocarina in this dungeon. Dark. Maybe we should farm rupees. We have a candle. That's gonna suck. Pray. Definitely navigate without the candle. It's just more feeling around. Like in this room. Again, I would much rather. I know exactly what this room's layout is like. Alrighty. More and more darkness. Hey, there's some light. That's wonderful. You can actually see this room. I do like the early attempted atmosphere though. Like, that's really interesting. Submerge the player in complete darkness, and it's like, oh, this room is spooky. Ah, the lifelike. if we had a magic shield, we should be really worried about these dudes because they can eat your shield. But we don't have the magic shield right now, so if they swallow us, it's no really big deal. The ladder. Ooh, that's gonna open up some world to us for sure. That's what's in here. Awesome. So now we have the ladder, which makes this dungeon just a touch easier. It doesn't make it easy. Oh, jeez. But it allows us to do stuff like this, which is a good defensive technique too. Because if you are about to get hit, you can just dive out that way, and the enemies can't follow you. It's a nice, safe way to, as I just get absolutely thrashed. I think this is a room where there's a walkable platform right here, and then it's basically completely surrounded by lava. Find out in a second. What we're about to do, say sayonara, some iframes, use that key, come this way, ignore these guys. Don't want to mess with them. Now we're in that map room. That's exactly what that room. Oh, yeah. Yep. We can go in here, and it's rupee time. It's fantastic. Awesome. Even better. It's not dark because it's this dude again. We just fought him as a boss, now he's a common enemy. He's still a punk ass biatch. Walk into the waterfall. Well, now that we have the ladder, we can. And we can visit the woman. That was the wrong button. I thought I had boomerang on still. Whoops. Sorry about it. Oh, jeez. Alright. This room, these guys who suck, do anything for us. I think that's what kills me. It's like, we're not going to be able to kill them in a single blow, which means they're not going to drop anything. I would like to go into this fight with just a little more health. That would be nice. There's our Hydra. Yep. Cool. Really? Thanks, Siri. I appreciate your vote of confidence there. Alright, so here's the deal, folks. I'm gonna finish level 4, and I'm gonna call it a night on this first attempt at streaming this. Wanna go spend some time catching up with the wife, seeing how she's doing, how her workout went. Ask her how traffic was, you know, small talk stuff. I mean, it's fine that I don't, but it would make things just a slight touch easier if I did. Actually, you know what? I'm about to die, and I really have to use the restroom. So I am gonna call it a night here. I'm just gonna let these guys waste me. And I'm gonna try this again next week, see how it goes. Just gonna keep going on, seeing what we can do. And other than that, if you stop by, thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.